Do you think that you need to offer discounts in order to increase your sales? Well, think again. As a matter of fact, offering discounts and sales might actually be hurting your business. For example, according to this stat right here, if you have a 30% margin in your business and you offer just a 10% discount on your services or product, that means that you need to sell 50% more than normal just to maintain your profit margins. So maybe offering a discount isn't the best way to increase your sales. As a matter of fact, we've already done a video on this. There are reasons why you shouldn't offer sales and discounts. There are reasons why brands like Apple and Porsche and even Tesla compared to Toyota tend not to offer discounts. And just to get you up to speed, here are a few quick reasons. One of the quick reasons is that whenever you offer discounts, you're going to actually reduce the perceived value of your product. And this is going to be big for a video. So because you've offered a discount, your customers now think your products or your services are worth less. Other reasons why I don't offer discounts is because whenever you offer a discount or a sale, you're telling your customers that your product or service was overpriced to begin with. And that can be bad for future sales. Another reason is that whenever you offer discounts and sales, you perhaps sell more. And as we saw at the start of the video, that's going to lead to a reduction in your profit margins. But what you also haven't realized is that because you've offered a discount and you're selling for a lower price, it's very hard for you to increase your price. As a matter of fact, most times when you offer discounts, people buy because of the discount, not because they want what you have. Meaning that you have to keep selling at a low price, which brings us to really quickly the last point that you need to consider. When you offer a discount, you are now training your customers to wait for the next discount, the next sale, the next promotion. At this stage, they don't want to pay full price for your products or services. And because they're price sensitive, the moment you increase your prices, most of them leave. So to watch a full video that we've done on why you shouldn't offer sales and discounts in your business, just go ahead and watch that video right here. So if offering a discount isn't the best way to increase your sales, what is? Well, that is why we're doing this video today, because we're going to argue that the best way to increase your sales without offering discounts is by doing what we call stacking the value. Now, what is stacking the value? Real quickly, stacking the value means that you're going to increase the perceived value of your offer instead of reducing the perceived price or cost associated with it. Remember, whenever someone purchases a product or service from you, they're saying to you that they believe that they're going to get equal value or more value for what you're giving to them compared to what they have to give up to get that value from your product or service. It's really an exchange of value, and the way to exchange that value is through monetary means, right? How exactly does stacking the value work? One of the things that you also need to understand about stacking the value is that people don't just buy products or services. They buy experiences, they buy solutions to their problems, they buy conveniences. And this little analogy here is going to really break down the first way that you can stack the value of your offer and increase sales in your business, which is this. You are going to add bonuses instead of cutting prices. And how does this work? Well, let's say that you're selling a product for $100 and you want to sell more, right? Instead of decreasing the price by 10%, selling it for $90, you need to increase the perceived value by saying, okay, instead of reducing the price by $10, let's add a bonus to this offer that's going to make it seem more valuable than $100. And here's a quick example of how this would work. Let's say you're in the business of selling pizza. Very good. Selling pizza, $20 for a pizza. Instead of offering 10 or 15 or 20% off to new customers, and that will increase your sales, what you could do instead, you could say that new customers will get 4 drinks with every family pizza that they order, 4 free drinks, and potentially a side of fries. And what that's going to do for you is that instead of now ordering just pizza for $20, what they're going to be ordering is actually pizza, drinks, and fries for $20, which is the price of the pizza normally. You haven't lowered your price, not at all. You have increased the perceived value of your offer, which is going to be very powerful in retaining customers, building loyalty. The second way that you can increase the perceived value of your offer is by offering improved customer experience. Now, remember that customers buy because they want the experience. So one of the ways you can do this is by decreasing the shipping time. And we've seen this work beautifully. One of the reasons why people love Amazon so much is because of same-day shipping on Amazon Prime. And sometimes if same-day shipping isn't available, you can get your product pretty much at your door, depending on where you live, within a day or two, tops. And that's going to be something that's extremely valuable. So valuable that Amazon Prime is one of the most successful subscription programs in history. The other way that you can improve your customer experience other than faster delivery times, you can also offer a custom onboarding. And how custom onboarding would work is that you walk your customers through using your product or service. And this is going to be especially powerful when you're selling software or something that needs some kind of setting up or fixing. Think about IKEA, think about buying furniture on Amazon, stuff like that. Custom onboarding. You can also use premium packaging to really separate your products from your competitors. And that's something that I've seen out of companies offering men's health products do, and I think women's health. The products come in a carton box that doesn't display that you have a certain medical condition that affects your performance and your sexual health and the like. So these are just a few ways that you can do that. The third way that you can increase the perceived value of your offer, and this is something that we see quite a lot, you can offer a premium experience, an exclusive experience to something additional to the offer. And a quick example to explain this a lot more. You're selling an online course, you want to get more students. Instead of reducing the price of your online course, you can offer access to a private Facebook group. This is something that we've seen very often. Whenever you buy someone's course, they will give you access to their private Facebook group with a certain amount of people that have achieved the level of success or the solution or experience that it is that you're buying that course to achieve. Another way that you can do this, you can offer VIP access. You can also offer private one-on-one contact, but you can also perhaps offer 24/7 contact with a specialized account manager and stuff like that. These things that increase the perceived value. One of the ways that I see banks do this in my country is that whenever you open a business account, you're going to get a dedicated account manager that you have any problems, they're the ones that you can go and talk to. Now, I said that the banks offer that in my country. I didn't say they were any good at it. So keep that in mind. The fourth way that you can increase the perceived value or you can stack the value of your offer is you can offer complementary products or services to your offer. And this is very easy to do. This is one of my favorite things to do, especially in my business. So let's say that you're in a business of offering plumbing services, all right? You're offering plumbing services to your clients, and the way that you want to increase your sales is by reducing your service fees. That might not be the best option. What I suggest you do is that you can say to your clients and prospective clients, whenever you do business with us, every 2 weeks for the next 3 months, our team will send someone out just to assess the problem and any other problems that you might have. And you're going to be tearing your hair out. You're going to be saying, oh, well, that's crazy because I have to pay someone to do it. Well, what you're actually doing is you're showing your client that you care about them and you have their best interests at heart. And what are the chances that within 3 months of visiting one property, 2 weeks, you develop a relationship with a client that now knows you a lot more, trusts you a lot more, very comfortable with seeing you, you're comfortable with their environment and their home, and you can see before they do any problems that they might have. See how this leads to future business, not just for the offer that they're going to pay for to get that service, but in the future. So the key to figuring this out is think about the next problem that your client or customer is going to have after they've purchased your product. If you're offering financial services, you're going to sell stocks or whatever the case might be, what is the next problem that they might have that you could help with? Very powerful, very helpful. Use this in your business. Now, the fifth and perhaps the most powerful and easiest way to increase the perceived value of your offer is by reducing friction. What do I mean by reducing friction? Well, I'll tell you a story. I told you about the banks in my country, how terrible they are, even though you have a dedicated account manager. But here's the thing. I got so fed up with that I decided to join a new bank. It has been 5 weeks and they still have not processed my application. What if a third bank now enters the mix and within 2 days, they've processed my application to open an account for my business. And the third day, they send out an account specialist to my business with credit card machines, papers to sign, and an onboarding process that takes me from zero to ready and understanding how to use their platform within 30 minutes. How good would that be for your business and for my business, and better yet, for their business? What you need to think about whenever you're reducing friction: what is it that's preventing my customer from, one, using my services, and two, getting the best use of my service? Now, you might have an issue with signing up clients because it's a tedious sign up process. You have to fill out a lot of documents. And that's something that you need to work on. How can you make it a lot easier and faster for your prospects to be able to complete these documents? And perhaps, when they sign up with your product or your company to get your product or service, the next problem that they might have is that it takes you about 2 weeks to get them booked in and have the first person go out to visit them. So let's use a plumbing situation again. Someone calls you this evening. It might take 2 days for a team member to go out and take a look at the problem, give them a quotation. For a lot of clients, that is not going to work. Reducing friction means that you're going to hire a staff member or two. You're going to cut that time in half. If you call us tonight, whenever you call us, we're there within 6 hours. You may or may not work with every prospect that you visit, but because you have that 6-hour service, everyone who has an emergency, they're going to come to your business versus another company that they have to wait 2 or 3 days. And this is how you're going to stack value in your business. Now, remember, there are a lot of ways to increase sales and profits in your business. Sales and discounts is perhaps the worst way to do that for the reasons we listed before. But lucky for you and thankfully for us, there are ways that you can increase the value of your offer to ensure that your prospective client and customer take a look at your offer, think it's a no-brainer, and work with you because what they're getting is so much value for money. Now, here's what I'd like for you to do for me. 2 things. The first is that, no, don't subscribe, not that. What I'd like you to do is go to the comment section down below, tell me the problems that you're faced with in your business, and what we are going to do for you is my team and I, we are going to create videos that will help you to solve those problems. And of course, if you need our help, our services in setting up your business online, getting a website built, marketing, solving the business problems that you have, go ahead, use the consultation button below, and our team will be there for you. And of course, hit subscribe. More free and valuable content coming your way. If you're on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, go ahead and follow us because we're here to help you make your business better. Thank you, guys. Speaking of sales, take a look at this video right here to learn 5 secrets that Sheen uses to increase online sales and you can use in your business too. Thank you, guys. See you soon.